guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and today we have got one that I found mainly because it's a bigger can. Oh, it's not in focus. Come on, focus. Not on my shirt. Focus on the beer, damn you. There we go. It's Polly's Brew, and it's Moonwrecker Pale Ale. And I think this is a cloudy one. Let's have a look. Let's give us some. Well, look at that. If you get lost, you can easily get found with a big writing like that, can't you? Here we go. So it says pale ale brewed with Columbus, Citra Mosaic, and Simcoe. Over in Mould, near Chester, apparently. And there we go. 4.5. Don't drink it if you're pregnant. Don't go near pregnant people. It says store cool, drink fresh. So this one is one of the ones that got lost. So this should have been had by hang on, what day? Yesterday. Wow, that's not too bad actually. I knew it was going to be out of date, but only one day out of date. That, dear viewer, is not too bad at all. Sorry, I'm wiping this because I've had this in the fridge overnight. Look at that. I mean, God, if you want branding, that's going to be badass. Now, the other thing, I even like the kind of psychedelic, weird. A lot of bit companies do this weird sort of modern art kind of nonsense. But I don't know if you can see that. Oh, my fingers are bending before the can breaks. So I need to really be careful with this one. So I'm going to open it very slowly and very carefully. You see, as if it was from Wales, boyo. I'm doing my patented. What I'm doing is I'll show you. I'm literally tugging it a tiny bit just to break the seal. But if you look, that's not an open can. It is pressure-wise. It is anyway. Right, it did not explode. So let us go. Actually, it's not as full as some of the cans I've had. I don't know if you can see the level, but it's a little bit down on what some. I don't know, breweries sometimes they fill up the can right to the top, which is not bad. Don't get me wrong, because that's more beer. But it's also the likelihood that if you have a gusher, it's going to go everywhere. So I'll tell you what, why not have a big can like this instead of those poxy little cans? That's ridiculous. Right, I've gone for a bigger glass today, just in case we have a massive head. And look, there is a bit of head there. It is pouring reasonably clear. Wow, I can actually smell it from here. Yeah, look, there you go. I knew I was going to have a big head. Look, the head, 4 fingers, is bigger than the bottom. Well, lovely fluffy head. Don't worry, dear viewer, those bubbles will go pretty quick. But what I should probably do is do one of these before that disappears. And as usual, I'm going to stare at the head, and you would have probably seen that on the front of this as the thumbnail. Thumbs up to the thumbnail. Very bizarre. Ooh. Now, weirdly, for a hazy beer, and I literally sipped the top off the can, that tastes quite old school, but it looks quite new school because of the Jesus. Look at that! It's a juice. Look at the bubbles. Can you see those? That, dear viewer, is where that has come from. Now, be warned, because when I start drinking this beer, there's definitely going to be a belch or two because that upside down snow stop. Look at it, it's still going. There we go. It's better in focus there. Look at the amount of carbonation in that bad boy. And let me tell you, this glass is not a nucleated glass. So don't blame it on, oh, it's got a nucleate. No, it isn't one of those at all. Look at that fat, selfish tide line there. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, damn it, I want to get some beer, but I'm going to end up with it all on my face. Well, I'm going to do this for you, dear viewer. And if I do this for you, you better do something for me. And that is click down below, click like at the very least. And if you haven't subscribed, why not do so and flick my bell end, because that means you're going to get all my lovely beer videos. Right, let me get my trusty bandana, which I had it on my lap because I was fearful, dear viewer, that this would explode and gush all over my trousers. So what does a man do? He carries a bandana. Cheers and biz. Let's go for it. Not too bad. Well, that's weird actually. Obviously, the first thing to say is that carbonation. Oh my god, it's playing havoc with my taste buds. But dear viewer, imagine I hadn't put this thing in the fridge. It would have jetted all over my face and all over the ceiling. That's not what this YouTube's about. There are other places on the internet to see that kind of shenanigans. Um, but there's a lovely amount of kind of fruit. There's also some greenery in there, like pine, like grass, that kind of stuff. And of course, the Simcoe always reminds me a bit of kind of orange juice, but you've got tropical flavors too. So it's a tropical and orange juice mix, maybe something like that. I've forgotten already, and I showed you the hops on here. Columbus, Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe. So Simcoe's the orange, Mosaic's the tropical kind of nuss. Columbus and Citra, that's where the greenery is coming from, but they're going to be giving some sort of yeah, nice sort of pine, nice grassy notes, bit of peach, that kind of stuff. Look how quickly that head has just totally vanished. You know what I'm going to do? Damn right I am. I'm going to top that bad boy up. Ho, ho, ho. Just one cornetto. Give it to me. Wow. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, like a jelly on a plate. Right. Okay, dear viewer. Second sip. I'm going back in for more. For your delectation, of course. Oh, we're also getting, well, I'm getting some sort of some of those white fruits, like what are those things called? Oh, it's annoying. You know, like some of those South American? No, not South American. Oceania. That's the word. So Australia, New Zealand, all around there. Antipodean maybe is a better word. Um, Kiwi, or those white sort of white fruit things. You know those weird little ones, and you break them open and it's white inside. Tastes a bit like that. Um, Maybe a little bit of lotus as well. Really interesting. Nice beer. Really good. Uh, just maybe I should have drunk it a bit fresher than I have, but it was one day outside the date. So, and this is what I get. Damn it! If I'd opened this yesterday, it wouldn't be like this at all. It would be flat as a witch's tit. Pardon me. It's also got a bit of wine, like a wine character. Uh, but now, maybe because the head has died back a bit, now I'm getting that kind of traditional kind of citra, grass, hedgerow kind of flavour, a bit more kind of upfront. I think probably because like I said, the carbonation, the carbon dioxide even has gone a little bit, and maybe right at the beginning, the beer was shooting that carbon dioxide at my taste buds, and masking the taste of the actual hops. Sometimes with a beer like this, ooh, I knew. Damn it, I knew, didn't I? I told you, and I knew. Beg your pardon with the carbonation. Yeah, a slightly flatter beer gives you a different flavour to a really high carbonated beer. So if you get a beer in a pub, especially, because at home, just leave it there. Maybe try and swirl a little bit. Try and degas the beer a little bit. Obviously, you want a little bit of carbonation in your beer because who likes flat beer? Well, yeah, I don't mind it sometimes, but yeah, totally flat beer? No, 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 no. Tiny little bit of carbonation. Okay. This kind of level of carbonation, like a fist's worth of head, that's not good for anyone. Looks like one of my home brews. Have a look in my back catalogue. It was like an upside down Guinness once. That much beer, that much head, and that was because I put too much sugar in my priming keg. I was making stuff in these mini 5 litre kegs. Get some. If you're brewing, get into kegging. That's what I say. Ooh, that is nice. Really fruity. And it's got that other thing. There's a bit of creaminess in there too. But it's a little bit like kind of floury kind of stuff as well. There's some other stuff going on. Wow, look at that. That pure cheese left in the bottom there. Wow. That's the other thing a very carbonated can do sometimes. It forces the sediment right to the bottom. When you open the can, it kind of mixes up a little bit, but there's always some left in the bottom. Right, what was I going to do? I was going to look at the ingrediente. I can't see because my eyes aren't that good. Dear viewer, please help me. Help out. There we go. Oats, wheat, hops, yeast. Dun 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 dun. We've got barley and we've got water. Yay! There we go. But yeah, Polly's Moonwrecker. I would highly recommend this beer. Why don't you get some? I believe I picked this one up at Marks and Spencer's of all place. And if I'm going in there, I'm going to go for a bargain because I can't afford those Marks and Spencer prices. Absolutely ridiculous. But sometimes you can find beers for as little as £1. And I believe this one was a bit more than that. It probably at least £2, maybe £3, but not £5, which is what those cheats in Marks and Spencer's try and sell you your beer at. It really annoys me. Anyway, cheers and beers. Let's drink the last sip, and I will let you get on your way on this Wednesday afternoon. Ooh, a lot of juice in that last sip, and very sweet as well. So maybe there was some sugar particulates falling to the bottom of the can, and I've literally just drunk them in the last sip of my beer today. Anyway, this has been Unclejona. Hopefully, I've entertained you for coming up for 15 minutes. Wow, it's a longer one today. Guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Make sure you drink some wonderful beer, and we will see you for another beer review real soon.